Hey everybody, this is an introduction to our 21 days of prayer and fasting as we begin 2023. We are really hoping that everybody will join us in doing that, and this video is an opportunity to explain why and what fasting does and in what different ways that we can be involved in prayer and fasting to suit what we feel that God is calling you to do. Now, of course, we're praying and fasting because we really want to start this year with all of the power and the energy and the spiritual and excitement that God has for us. We really want to become revived. We want God to transform us and our church as we become His people and authentic to what He's doing, that we really believe that lots of people around our community and around the world are going to be reached and touched by what God is doing here. So we're hoping that everybody will join us as we seek God in prayer and fasting. And so we're really hoping, as I give instructions at the end of this video, that you'll sign up and you'll join up to do this. Some of you, that might be the first time. Others, you might be thinking, yeah, we love praying and fasting already. But if you're a new person, let's just talk about what fasting is all about. Now, any person who knows the story of Jesus' life knows that Jesus' ministry started with a time of prayer and fasting. That's the 40 days in the wilderness experience that Jesus did. So it shouldn't be hard for me to convince you that fasting is biblical. If Jesus did it and the Bible talks about it, it's absolutely normal for us to be fasting. And Jesus said that we would be people who prayed and fast. Now, why would we be praying and fasting? Well, in some of the stories that Jesus shared, He shared about how praying and fasting is actually something that gives extra power, insight, and energy to the work of God in our lives as we appeal to God and also deny ourselves. And that's what fasting is. Fasting is the removal of the dependence on other things in our lives so that we heighten our dependence on God. One thing goes up, dependence on God, when one other thing goes down, our dependence on food or entertainment or other things in our lives that we use to support us. So fasting is the lessening or is decreasing the things that are sustaining us in life. And so that can be lots of different things. So let's talk about some of those things. You know, Richard Foster says that more than any other discipline, fasting reveals the things that control us. This is a wonderful benefit to a true disciple who longs to be transformed into the image of Jesus Christ. See, fasting is a way of alerting to ourselves that we kind of get through life with a lot of other help. You know, the food that we eat, it can be a symbol of the fact that we rely on all kinds of other powers and abilities in the world to get through. What we want to do is decrease dependence on those things and increase our dependence on God. And that's what fasting does. It exposes us and it opens it up and it creates a hunger more for God than the things that we survive in the world. So here, if you're going to do a fast, here's a few things that you should do first. First, clarify the purpose of your fast, which is what we're kind of talking about here. We're praying, we're fasting for God to bring revival and life and power and change to us in our church. And then secondly, you should specify the kind of fast that you're going to do. Don't just kind of leap in and maybe you got some giant idea. I can go with no food or water for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. Make sure that you're figuring it out first ahead of time. If you are going to take a food fast, you're going to do that, you have to make sure that it's going to be healthy for you. We don't want anybody who's maybe got a medical condition or pregnant or needing a regular supply of different things in their food to be healthy. If you're going to do that, you make sure you get your doctor's advice about that. Don't just jump in. But most of the time, what we're talking about is figuring out when and how much we're going to fast, and then what are we going to be fasting. So it might be that you're going to fast certain kinds of food. You're going to drop out sugar. You're going to drop out something that you love the taste of. You're going to drop out alcohol. You're going to drop out, breakfast. You're going to pick the thing that you're going to drop out. Maybe it'll be you're going to fast 1 day a week completely. Maybe it's going to be you're going to fast part of a day all the week long. Ask God what you should be doing, and then pick the thing that God is leading you to do. Then you need to prepare your heart. Some of our fasting might not be about food or certain kinds of drink. It might be that we need to fast entertainment or fast Facebook or Instagram or fast something that you find that you're just really kind of crave for and that you use all the time, a thing that you can deny yourself so that you're becoming more dependent on God. So prepare yourself and prepare your mind and your body for fasting. Make sure that you are ready to do this and that you also let people know what you're doing. Don't just do it because it might take a surprise. You got your family to think of, other people contacting you and wondering why they're not hearing from you. Make sure you let everybody know that's going to be connected with us what's going on, and then maybe you want to work into something. If you are doing a food fast, you might not want to just start with a lot. Maybe work your way up, build your way up over those 3 things, over those 3 weeks that we're doing this. So, abstaining from food, that's found in the Bible. Abstaining from entertainment, that's also found in the Bible. So what you need to do is pick the thing that you want to fast in life so that you can daily pray to the Lord for these work in His church and in your life. So we're going to provide you a guide for that. If you click on the link down in this video, it'll provide you a link to our church where we can get you on board so that you're getting a daily guide for prayer and for discussion and for thinking and for the things that God is leading us to pray for. Now, we borrowed this from another church, so some of the ideas are not all ours, but they're all good ideas. And so why don't you click on the link and sign up that way. Now, if you're a physical person who likes those things, pick up a prayer guide and you can pick those up in your church so that you can do it that way. Some people like to have a space to write things down, and you can do it that way. You can do it electronically. But the most important thing is you do it. So can I ask you to join with us, the whole church, as we begin the year from January 12th to February 1st. We're going to fast and pray for those 3 weeks so that we begin with dependence on God, because we really need God to do a miracle. God bless you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you join us for 21 days prayer and fasting. God bless.